So I'm starting to wonder if I'll ever be able to let go, 'cause I know that it's all out of my control. How do you make a heart just stop loving, just stop feeling? No matter if you want it to or not, it's like trying to stop breathing. Telling air to leave you alone is like telling me to let you go. So how do you make a heart? How do you make a heart? How do you make a heart? Baby, could you take back this heart attack? Flatline the love we had, 'cause I'm bleeding here, still breathing here. Could you please make it stop? How do you make a heart just? How do you make a heart just stop loving, just stop feeling? No matter if you want it to or not, it's like trying to stop breathing. Telling air to leave you alone is like telling me to let you go. So how do you make a heart? How do you make a heart? How do you make a heart stop?
Hey
Taylor's-
there.
My Taylor's bad.
Welcome
failing.
back.
I'm screwing up right now.
We're,
My
Fired.
we're
bad.
training Taylor on the board, and he forgot to
This is
unmute
my
the
day
mics.
one, guys.
He even comes back. He's like, "That was so good. Like, I really like that song." We're like, "Taylor, the mics are off."
All right, we're gonna start
So-
that over. Welcome back.
Hey.
I really like that song. I really like that song.
Yeah, that was good.
Great voice. So when you you guys have written a bunch together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is there any particular way that you guys like to write? Like, just does someone normally bring in an idea about what they want to write about, then you help, or is it different every time?
As far as I go, like when Megan and I write, we make a pretty good team when we write.
Mm-hmm.
She'll come in with a really cool idea, and then we'll pretty much, tell the guitar player what to do.
That's how it works.
Make it
That's
major,
always how it
make it
works.
minor.
Yeah, exactly. But
When
I'm
Jen and I write together, like, I'll usually go with an idea and a few words and be like, all right, Jen, fix this and make it a song.
Yeah. So
And she'll be like, Megan, sing a melody.
yeah, I'll be like, sing this melody. She'll be like, write these words, and we have a song. But I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to writing. Like I'm a chameleon. I will write really any way. So if somebody is really interested in, or like has a certain way that they write, I'll just come in and adapt to how they write, because I don't really have a certain or particular way I write. It's just kind of whatever. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's quite
Do you have any-
convenient.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You must be really, good to work with.
I am. I am very.
If you can.
I am
Not being biased or anything.
Not
but,
being biased, but I am magical.
Megan, is she good to work with?
Silence.
Megan.
She didn't want to
Sorry,
answer that
sorry.
question.
She's like, she hesitated.
Oh.
She hesitated.
Yes,
She's good to
she's
work with.
fantastic, because sometimes when you go into a writing session and you're there for like 6 hours, you're like, somebody throw something out, do something, for the love. Somebody pick something. And so oftentimes when you get together to write with Jen, you'll write an entire song in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and
That's
that's
the
like the
best.
longest it'll ever take, because she's you kind of see her zone out for a second, and you're just like, all right, that's it. She's in the zone. She's in it. She's in the moment. Her eyes are closed and the wheels are turning. And then she'll be like, okay, I just wrote the chorus. And she'll just start spewing out this chorus that's just insane. And you're like, all right, well, that's done.
Wow.
And being really
Here's my
easygoing,
card.
I think that also really helps
Call
if you
me.
work with strong personalities. Like, people are just like, I want this song about this and nothing else, and it has to be this, and these are the chords, and this is that. You're like, all right, now I'm gonna go with it and try to work with it.
Yeah,
that's the
if
only
somebody
way you can do it.
Yeah, if somebody comes in and is very, dead set on having it done a certain way, then yeah, I'll go in and kind of give them what they want. Not necessarily mean it's going to be good,
Mm-hmm.
but if they want something done a certain way, I'll go in and do it. But as far as like, if I had the choice to write on my own, that's not the way I would do it, because my whole thing is like whatever's best for the song.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's my idea or someone else's idea.
And I like how you said you focus on writing a good song and then think of, the artist or the genre.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a good way to go about it, because, you're focusing on really the quality of it before.
Yeah, because music is changing so
where it
much
goes.
anyways.
Oh,
That's like,
definitely.
you know, Katy Perry's first. I keep making Katy Perry references, but
It's
Katy
okay.
Perry's
She's really had an ideal
we're
career,
pretty
though.
we're pretty
She
familiar
has.
with her.
Yeah.
We're pro Perry.
Maybe it's the purple hair.
Pro
I keep like
Perry.
thinking of her. Pro Perry.
We're
But
pro
like
Perry.
but I just, you know, people's albums, they're so
hashtag.
different all the time, and they have like, you know, they go through changes and they go through different things, or they
Yeah.
try different things. So it's like you never know. You can't predict what's going to happen. You just have to focus on writing a great song and making it timeless.
Making
and
the
artist
happy,
it-
too.
Exactly.
Write a good song and let it fit in with
Correct.
wherever. Yeah,
Yeah,
I see what you're
exactly.
saying. Sorry, I
Exactly.
totally said that weird.
So
No,
but I
it
get,
made
but
sense.
I get what you're saying.
I get it. Yeah, but I like what Megan does too. Is like I'll write a song and she'll be like, "Well, that song's mine. Thank you." And she'll just kind of take it, and I'm like, "All right, I guess it's Megan's." So
So
It happens often.
how
I'll just
often
be
do
like,
you?
so do you need a demo for that song? Like, yeah. So would you like me to sing that demo? Yeah, great. So can I play it out sometimes? Okay, good. Now I'm playing it every show. Thank you very much.
yeah.
Yep.
So how often do you write a song? Do you write a song every single day, or
When I'm in Nashville working and stuff, it's really every single day. So
It's like 365 songs.
365 a year. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I just try to keep the flow going.
My question, because I know I've had this definitely. Have you ever written a song, and I guess it's vice versa as well. Have you ever written a song that you just thought was incredible, like you thought it was amazing, and everyone you play it for is like, no, not really, or vice versa, where you write something that's you think is bad, but everyone else is like, this song is incredible.
Okay, funny story, and this actually is a good segue into the next song that I have. But
Perfect.
so the
Love good segues.
yes,
Perfect.
brilliant segue.
Taylor screwed up the last one.
Taylor,
Hey,
don't
You got
mess
one
up.
more
You
shot.
have
One more
another
shot.
promise you.
You only get one shot. Do
promise
not miss your
you-
chance or go.
I promise you, it won't happen again.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue with your
We're
segment.
holding you.
I'm actually getting ready right now.
I'm actually preparing right now. No, so I wrote. I first moved to Nashville in like 2007, and I wrote this song with Corey Batten in probably 6 months after I moved to town, and it was called "She Wouldn't Be Gone." And when I first wrote it, I was like, meh, it's all right. It's not my favorite. It's pretty cool. And then even when we did the demo, I was hearing it. I think what happened was you have this vision in your head of what a song is supposed to sound like. And then when you do the demo or when you produce it and it doesn't come out that way, you're like, well, crap. Like, that's not what I wanted at all.
And
but
if it's your own song, you can kind of say, well, I want it more this way, but if it's for someone else, then you're like,
right, which is all my
well,
songs because
yeah.
I never have any for me.
Exactly.
So, I have this vision in my head of what I want. And so when we recorded it, I was like, this is so country. Like, I was hearing it more kind of like Coldplay or very like, Train or kind of that direction where it was not at all what we recorded. And I was just like, well, I guess I'm going to go with it. And everybody that heard it was like, this is amazing. This is incredible. And I was like, really? All right, I'll go with that. So then Corey, the guy who wrote it, was pitching, or that I wrote it with, was pitching it around town because he wanted to be an artist.
Yeah.
And he pitched it to Warner Brothers to get him signed. And Scott over at Warner Brothers, one of the producers, was like, yeah, we don't really want you, but we want the song. So then Corey called me and he was like, hey, some guy named Blake Shelton wants to cut this song. And I was
oh,
like,
Blake.
oh,
Who?
the mullet guy?
The
Voice judge. Your
Yeah, which is so sad that now people know him because of the voice.
That's like very
Like
sad,
he's
yeah.
been around for years. Like my
Yeah.
song was his sixth number one.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so he's had like tons of number ones before. So this was not only my first
So now
cut.
it's like, oh, the voice. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
So now this wasn't my first cut, but it was also my first number one.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Snaps
And
to that.
yeah, so thank you. So I decided to keep my own publishing, start my own publishing company, start my own business, and yeah. So
We need to listen to the
We
song.
need to listen to the song.
Can you tell me the title one more time?
She Wouldn't Be Gone.
She wouldn't be gone.
God.
She wouldn't be gone.
Red roadside wildflower fight only picked you, took you home, set you on the counter, oh, at least a time or two. Maybe she'd have thought it through. Yellow sunset slowly dipping down in the rear view. Oh, how she loved to sit and watch you. I could have done that a whole lot more. If I hadn't been so stubborn, been so selfish, thought about her more, thought about me less, joked to make her laugh, held her when she cried, a little more of that, maybe I wouldn't be driving like I didn't change, she was leaving. I just didn't believe she would ever really walk out. God, I believe her now. Called her mama, cried like a baby to her best friend. Now if they seen her, they ain't saying. They ain't saying. Now I'm cursing like a fool, praying it ain't too late. All I wanna do is fix my mistakes, find her, beg her for one more try. Until then, damn it, I'll be driving like hell, flying like crazy down the highway, calling everyone we know, stopping any place she might be, going any place she might go, beating on the dash, screaming out her name at the windshield, tears soaking up my face. If I'd have loved her this much all along, maybe, yeah, maybe she would be I wouldn't be beating on the dash, screaming out her name at the windshield, tears soaking up my face. If I'd have loved her this much all along, maybe, yeah, maybe she would be Red roadside wildflower, if I'd only picked you, took you home, set you on the counter, oh, at least a time or two.
And welcome back.
There we go.
Yeah.
I did it
I was
right this
just saying
time.
on break that I don't listen to a lot of country music, but I definitely recognize that from somewhere. I've heard it somewhere, maybe on one of my
Probably
trips to
from the
Nashville.
radio?
Yep. Maybe just
Maybe from the radio,
You know,
or-
it was a number one hit. Maybe I don't know. Could have come up once or twice. But,
Yeah.
I wanted to know, because we haven't actually asked this question yet. Who are some of your main inspirations, and then if it's different, your favorite artists? Because some people have different inspirations from favorite
My
artists.
favorite artist right now is Megan.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, Megan.
Little
Should have seen
Megan.
that coming.
Grateful.
little Megan. My musical hero has always really been Diane Warren. She's just an incredible person, and extremely talented, and writes a lot by herself, really only by herself. My favorite artists have been Mariah Carey, pretty much my whole life.
Nice.
So her, and then most recently Kelly Clarkson. I think she's just incredible, and that's my favorite thing to write is pop music too. So it's really like that really heart-wrenching kind of sad song is like awesome. It's right up my alley.
So you're a sad writer.
I am.
I feel you.
we
feel
have
you.
those.
Yeah.
We have those like.
I'll
back
bring
and forth
something
all
in,
the
then they'll be
time.
like, it's a little too deep and
Do you need to
depressing.
see somebody?
My mom told me that. my mom was like, do you ever write happy songs, or should we like find somebody for you to go talk to? And I was
Yep,
like,
that was me.
No, the reason I'm so happy is because I get all this stuff out of me.
Someone connects. Someone get. I don't know if I've said this on the show before, but one of my first things is before I started writing songs, is I wrote other songs down in a
Right.
notebook. So songs that obviously I didn't write, but like, you know, my favorite songs at the time in a notebook. And my favorite song at the time was "Welcome to My Life" by Simple Plan, which is all about just
yeah.
being. You've probably heard it. You
Yeah.
know, being left out and do it. So I read it in a notebook, and my grandma found it, and she's like, Lisa, I think Lauren's depressed. Because I was like 9. She's like, no, it's a song.
Aw.
It's a song. Trust me, I know the song.
Well,
But
I'd go around the house singing like Hero, like,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Megan was saying about Hero, Mariah Carey, or you know, just all these random sad Mariah Carey songs. And it's just like my mom would be like, the hell is she singing about? But a couple years ago I went through a really bad breakup. Just dated a lot of douchebags. But Megan was like,
boys.
yeah, right?
It's all your fault.
Oh,
Don't be mean.
I hate,
No
I hate
promises.
I hate stupid men.
Yeah.
No, it's boys.
I
it's
gave
not
up.
men.
I
It's
gave up
boys.
on dating dudes. I I ain't about that anymore.
But Megan told me, she
They're
goes,
too mean.
Jen, I love you, and I know you're going through a hard time, but if I have to write one more song about your ex, I'm going to punch you in the face.
It's even better when a couple people know who the song's about. So every time you play it, they get like this little smirk on their face. They're like, "Oh, I know who it is."
Yeah.
And then if they're there, you're like, you just stare at them the entire song. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, but Megan's happy because I wrote this song, "Let You Go," about him, and she plays it all the time now.
Aww.
So she'll be.
It's true. It's phenomenal. The one thing I'm grateful to him for.
Yeah, that's one good thing.
So is that your favorite thing to write about, breakups, or is there any other specific topics that seem to come up a lot?
I don't really write a lot of happy songs. My biggest thing. Sorry, my biggest thing is really writing about just either gut wrenching, really sad songs, or about positive, uplifting songs, like about the world in general. So.
Oh, I love those songs.
Yeah, like what is that one Kelly Clarkson song, Meg, that you sing all the time? "The Sun Will Rise." Is that it?
Which one? The one I sing all the time? Why Don't You Try?
No. The Sun Will Rise or something like that. It's a Kelly Clarkson song, and
Sun will rise. Yeah.
yeah. So it's so good, and it's just uplifting and stuff. So those are my two favorite things. I don't like to write about happy stuff or beer and tailgates and
No fun.
finding a hauler.
And
like
guns.
And
No.
guns and trucks.
No, thank you.
And it's
Beer.
probably kind of
No.
offensive.
Yeah.
I write
It's not
like
offensive.
only
It's true.
only
It's
happy
true.
songs.
Do you really?
Pretty
Are you
much.
happy?
I mean, I write. I'm pretty
Are
optimistic.
you like in love?
I remember
or something? Are
going
you
to his
married?
first
Every
solo
week.
show, and I went, and I'd only seen my band stuff with all those, rock music especially has really deep lyrics. Like that's their thing. It's all about the lyrics, more sometimes the music, but more so the lyrics. And so I see him at all these concerts. I'm like, okay, so I see him at his first pop show, and I hear all his songs he wrote. I was like, okay. These are all happy. Like he just smiles through the whole thing,
But have
just
you-
like that,
have
the
you-
entire song.
But have you ever seen this guy? He's always smiling.
I am only pretty when I smile. I cannot be any other way. You understand. Team Dimples.
Yeah, we're Team
Team
Dimples
Dimple.
right now.
We get
Oh.
it. She's the only one in our band. Well, I guess there's the three of us, but she's the only one that doesn't have
an
dimples.
inappropriate show.
The thing is, there's gonna be a day that he meets a girl and he falls in love, and she's gonna break his heart, and we're gonna have to deal with him. He's gonna be like,
No, then you're going to give him my number, and you're going to
Yeah.
say, go call Jen. She writes all these songs.
He's gonna be like, I want to write about death and
Sadness.
this, and
Eternal sadness.
We're gonna be like, oh, she broke our Cameron.
I'll never be sad because my mom will always love me.
Well, we have to talk to you about that.
After the show. After the show.
Just kidding. She loves you.
Oh, thank you.
And awkward silence.
There was a second of me worrying.
You're like, can I
I
call
thought
her?
about it,
Is she
I'm
gonna
like,
accept my calls now?
Mom, I need you.
Exactly.
Mom.
That's I think the most gratifying thing is when you write a song and maybe after you you showed off your songs. Or did you ever run to your parents and be like, I wrote a new one? Here's a new one. That's the best feeling in the world is, Mom, I wrote a new song. You want to hear my song?
Yeah, I still do that. I will still, but my biggest fan is definitely my parents, but also my sister.
Yeah.
She's my younger sister, and she's my best friend, and she will be brutally honest. So I will send her a new song, and she'll be like, not your best, or I'll send
That's
her one.
my sister.
Yeah, or I'll send her one, and she'll be like, I've been listening to this over and over again. I can't stop listening to it. So it's like she gives me honest and truthful feedback. My mom and dad will listen to it, and they think everything I do is great.
yeah.
So, my sister at least will be a little bit honest.
Yeah.
with
See,
me.
I run to my parents too, but I run to my mom at 2 a.m. Like, I finished. And she's like, I'm sleeping.
I know.
You're like,
I
"No,
could hear
Mom,
you work
listen."
on it.
Yeah, I'll call my mom.
We share a wall, so I play my
You'll
keyboard
knock on the
and
door or
No,
knock on the wall.
just walk in. I walk in. I'm like, I finished. Like, great, I heard it. I'm like, no, you didn't hear it. You have to come sit and listen. She's like, I have work in 3 hours.
so
You
funny.
have to go. I'm like,
Yeah.
but no. So
It's nice being in Nashville and then calling my mom because I'm 2 hours ahead in Nashville. So if it's midnight for me, it's only 10 o'clock
Oh,
at
so
night
that's
for
not
her.
as
So I'll still
bad.
call her.
Yeah.
But she goes to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock sometimes. But I'll still call her and be like, hey, do you want to hear the lyrics I'm
no,
working
you just
on?
leave it on her voicemail. So when she wakes up in the morning, it's like, oh, there's a new one.
Yeah. Or I'll just keep calling until she answers.
That works too.
That always works.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Best method. Best
Yeah.
method.
But yeah, I've been doing this for so long that it doesn't even feel like work. It just, you guys, you can probably attest to this. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just so great to just
find
get
what
up
you
and
love
do
and let it kill you.
Yeah, exactly. And Megan and I were talking about this the other day where it's we have so much stuff to do because she just finished recording her first EP.
Yay!
And like all of and so all this stuff that we're doing, it's really stressful because it's a lot of stuff. And then the biggest thing and the hardest thing is when people don't call you back, and so you can't do the next step of what you need to do because these people won't call you back. So frustrating, but it's fun. Like it's still, and I would rather be doing this any day than anything else. So.
And it can get frustrating. Like, if you just sit there like, I can't think, I can't write, I don't want. I actually heard a really good quote because I am, believe it or not, in college English for my Goodwill comparison. But anyway, they were saying, my professor was saying, he was like, have any of you ever experienced writer's block? And everyone raised their hand and used, does writer's block exist? And I said, no. Or everyone said yes. And he goes, no, it does not. I said, what do you mean? He said, writer's block doesn't exist because you can write anything you want. It's not like you physically can't write. You suffer from writer's paralysis because you want it to be perfect.
Yeah, that's why people ask me, what do you do when you have writer's block? I say, I never have writer's block. I will force myself to sit down and work, whether or not I want to, or whether or not I have an idea, or whether or not I really want to. And the nice thing about me as a writer is I don't just write songs. So I have a children's book that's out right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's with Archway Publishing. And
name?
It's called I Don't See Heaven. And you can get it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And so I have that. And then I also write screenplays.
That's awesome.
So
you just write all the time.
I just write all the time.
Geez, yeah.
Yeah, and then I am working on a how-to book. So there's just a lot of stuff that I've been kind of doing and working on. So it's like I feel like my brain never sleeps.
I was going to say, if you ever get writer's paralysis, you just move on to something else.
To the next project,
all of a sudden, you're starting a new book. You can't finish a song, start a new book.
Do you ever leave a project behind, or you always finish it?
No, I have a lot of projects that, and I don't consider it really leaving it behind. I just consider they're slower than the rest of them. Like they need a special bus or something.
Yeah.
I love, like, if you I use my phone memos all the time, so I'll go through and I'll find like literally 3 lines from a song I wrote, and then we're like, do I want to finish this, or is it going to just stay on here as like a 3-line song?
Yeah.
But that's the nice thing about writing compared to like an actual job. You work, and then if you really get frustrated, you go get some lunch, you come back, you sit with it, you listen to it again. You can even give it a day if you need to, listen to it.
I
whole
love
new
doing
thing
that.
Pops up.
Yeah, I love just sitting with it. Like, I love just writing what's really organic. So getting something out almost as quick as you can to just let it flow. Let the creativity flow, let the ideas flow, and then just kind of sit with it and just not touch it and let it organically come to you and be like, you know what? No. Because it will sit in your subconscious. And that's what people don't realize. It's like you don't need to write the best that you can at that moment. You need to just let it sit, because that song will become what it's meant to be if you just kind of work with it subconsciously too, because it sits there. And then maybe one day you'll wake up at 2:00 in the morning out of nowhere and remember, oh, this would be a great line to put there instead of what we have. So
that has happened to me. I've stayed up later, way late. Yeah, I'll go to bed at 11. And I'll just stay up. I'll be like, oh, no, I have to write this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great idea, too.
No, every time right before
then the
you're about
album's
to fall
done.
asleep, just like, oh, I got this idea. And then you're like, all right, cool. I'm good for right now.
The 2 best things I've heard is, one, I wrote a song on NyQuil, like completely drugged out, like super sick, but I'm like, I have to write because I have to see if this is really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Like I forced myself to, and it turned out to be something awesome. And then another thing I saw is set an alarm for 3 a.m. randomly, like throughout the week, and write the first thing that comes to mind as you wake up.
that's a good idea. I've never
So if you're dreaming about something, you just write that or whatever. The question.
Too bad if you're having a really good dream, though.
Then you write about it. Then you write about how awesome your dream is.
Or how sad you are that you woke up. that could easily
make a hate song and why did I wake up?
One of my favorite questions to ask, and I forgot to do this when we were talking about favorite artists and stuff, is I would like you to pull out your phone and go tell us the most embarrassing artist and or song on your iPod. Or embarrassing for you, I guess.
That's hard because I don't get embarrassed.
I feel ya.
It takes a lot to get me embarrassed.
I totally agree.
Okay, I guess we're different because I own it. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what I have on my iPod. Well, what other people not expect you to have on your iPod? I guess is better phrasing.
Like the whole soundtrack to. Like,
and Megan, you can play along too if you would like. If you'd like to tell us.
I mean,
Sweet.
I have everything from Justin Bieber to Casey and JoJo, which might be too old for you guys to know because you guys are really young in here.
Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo are phenomenal.
Megan, sing
I'll never find another lover sweeter than you.
Okay,
Sweeter than you.
Hey.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
And then I have like, I don't know. I have bowling for soup.
Oh, God.
Oh,
no shame in bowling for soup.
I have
I love
brandy. I'm just saying like everything that's on here. It's Tupac.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I rap California Love at my shows though.
Really?
So,
Yeah?
Wait, can we hear you rap a little bit? Because you've talked about it a couple times.
What do you want me to rap?
Do you freestyle?
I was
or
rapping a little bit, and nobody caught that earlier.
No, I didn't. Do you
You only
freestyle?
get one shot. Do not miss your chance to go. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better.
Lose yourself in the
Do you
music.
freestyle or do you like find raps?
I freestyle when it's funny.
Yeah.
But like it's hard to do it when it's like serious. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when Nick Cannon has those shows or whatever
Yeah.
where you're supposed to freestyle to be serious.
Like-
Mine would be funny the whole time.
Like,
so.
give me, like, spit me 2 bars right now, and then you're like, ah. But you'd come up with something though.
Yeah, I probably would.
But like, you're trying to be funny with it though.
Yeah, I'm a really funny person in general. I mean,
Oh.
2 people laugh at me constantly. So, I own up to that though.
What about
but-
you, Megan? Do you have any songs that you were embarrassed to admit you have on your iPod? Or artists?
Let's see. My top 2 that people would probably not expect me to have are like Spice Girls and Busta Rhymes. And probably
Girls.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes.
Who?
Bone Thugs and Harmony? Seriously?
We're youngins.
Well, it's been a nice show.
She's leaving now.
Never too late. I'll look it up when I get home.
Oh my gosh, I'm
They're
gonna
like
give you guys
really
a list.
hardcore gangster rap.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I was really into hip hop a lot, and like I love country and I love pop, and I sing country and I sing blues, and I love it. But I'm also a national hip hop dance champion, so I
wow.
absolutely have to rock out to some hip hop every now and then and bust out some moves.
Dang, girl.
Just put it together.
And if you come
You
to her
sing
show
and
tomorrow,
dance?
there may be a surprise.
oh.
Ooh.
Yes,
Really?
exactly.
There.
Is it 18 and over, or is it?
I don't know. We can get you guys in though if you come.
That's nice.
Bring out
Special.
the fakes. You know.
There is a
Problem with being minors.
There was a show in my hometown of Fullerton. I guess it's not really. Well, it is my hometown.
Oh, you're
This
from
is where I
Fullerton?
live.
Oh, cool.
Orange County. And there was a band called Gangsta Grass, and they were country rap,
please tell me.
like bluegrass.
Oh, so they were crap.
Actually, I never got to. If they're listening,
I see what you did
don't
there.
take offense to that at all.
I'm sorry.
That was really
Um,
clever.
Thank you.
They listen to our show every time.
Do they?
No,
Oh.
I have no idea.
I was
I didn't get to see them, but
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I feel like that would be a cross-genre mix that would, potentially work. I feel like you could put a rap in almost anything.
Oh yeah.
Almost anything.
Yeah.
Except a tango.
Except a tango.
You probably could.
Tango would be
well,
a little hard to do.
And you can't, and it kind of goes the other way around. Like a Gregorian chant, you really don't want to play like
I don't
banjo.
even know what that is.
It's like with the monks.
It's pretty much
Sounds like a
that.
didgeridoo.
It's okay. I wrote a rap.
Picture-
We wrote a rap the other day, and I tried to rap it, and I sound like a white girl rapping. Like
No, we
We're gonna
got
work
so
on it.
excited.
Starbucks.
We're gonna
It
work
was
on it.
it was
Pugs.
it was
Gold
surreal
iPhones.
because
Pugs.
we were just the amount of excitement when we finished a line. We're like, this is what 3 white people must feel when they complete
There
a
was
good
one
rap.
line. It was It was
Hashtag flashback.
yes. Hashtag flashback back to the past that used to be a little better. I didn't have to act. And we literally
Like,
sat there
that
like,
was like-
oh, we're so good.
Like we all
We're so
simultaneously
bad.
We're
threw
so
our
good at
hands up,
raps.
and
We're
then-
so good.
Oh.
Oh, that song. The
Then I throw my hands up,
Oh,
and play my song.
yeah, no, that's not what I
We
was
didn't-
singing.
we didn't-
I was
What?
no, I was thinking of the other one. That's All I Do Is Win.
All I do is win. Okay.
Throw our hands
Up.
up.
And they stay there. See, that's the one I was rapping the other day when Ludacris comes in.
Oh my
He's like,
gosh.
Ludacris going in on the verse because I've never been defeated and I won't stop now. Get your hands up, throw them in the sky.
No, keep going.
Oh, you gotta keep going
That
now.
was
You can't
like-
leave us hanging. You're leaving
That
us
was
hanging.
Come on, you gotta
awesome.
finish it. You gotta finish it. That was so good.
And we throw our hands up,
And they stay there.
and they stay there. Ludacris, go.
No.
So
You'll have
good.
to come to one of my shows one day and I'll do
You
it.
put a shame to my white girl rapping.
Oh, yeah.
About
Yes.
Uggs and hugs.
Uggs and hugs.
Hugs and hugs.
White iPhones and Starbucks.
That doesn't rhyme, girl.
It doesn't have to. It's about the creativity.
I have a white iPhone. You calling me a girl?
Yeah.
Yep.
You also like fruity Starbucks drinks.
It's not a fruity Starbucks drink. It just has lots of flavor.
I believe you called it a feminine Starbucks drink.
A femme drink.
A femme drink.
We're getting into stereotypes here.
Drink.
So, what would we like to ask next?
You go. You
We
go,
still
Cameron.
have Megan on the phone, correct?
Correct.
Awesome.
Well, tomorrow, Wednesday is her pug's birthday.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
What's
Me
your
and my
pug's
pug
name?
are actually on the phone right now.
Your pug is on the phone right now?
Well, he's sitting with me, and he snores louder than the grandfather, so you'll probably hear him snore.
What's his name?
His name's Benny. Benny the pug.
Benny.
Benny the
Yeah,
pug.
Megan's
Pugs are literally the cutest animal.
But it's pronounced like that. Benny.
Benny.
Ben.
Yeah,
And
You have to say it that way when you see him. Benny.
how
He's my baby.
old is he turning?
He's turning 10 years old.
It-
Whenever I tell
he's
people that, they're like,
70.
oh, he's getting so old. I'm like, no, my last pug lived to be 18. So we've got a good
Wow.
8 years or so more. So.
Forgive me. I mean, this is a totally irrelevant question. How do you convert human years to dog years?
7 years
It's
for
7
dog years.
years. So if
Every one human
Yeah.
year is 10 dog years.
yeah, so Benny is like 10.
He's almost 70.
10 human or
no, wait.
10
Yeah.
dog?
7 years old.
10.
Yeah,
He's 10
but they
human,
say that,
70
like,
dog.
Oh,
Once
wow.
they turn, like,
Okay, that's significant.
Benny's a trooper.
yeah, but they say that like you multiply by 7, but then I think once they hit like 9 or 10 or 11 or something around there, that's when you just kind of like just stop guessing and just keep them alive.
Oh, that's quite.
That's when you just put them on a defibrillator and hope they survive.
Wow.
Just like
I'm-
look at them every once in a while, like, you okay, dude?
You
You
doing
breathe,
all
like,
right? You breathing?
my dog's 9, so I look at her every once in a while. I'm like, she's like sprawled on the floor. I'm like, breathing? Yes
You
or
lie.
no?
You take,
Good.
you take a stick.
I will like go like
Kind
sit
of
in front of her
prod.
face,
Yeah,
like see her
start
eyes
poking it.
open. I'm like,
Poke it with a stick.
are you awake? Are you this? Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
Babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
I want a dog so bad, but I travel so much. It's so hard.
Get like a portable one, like a Nintendo.
Portable. Oh,
Like a
Nintendo?
Nintendo?
Like a
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Like
What's a Nintendo?
Like it's like
Are you making up terms?
On the
Are
D.
you
no.
making
You're
up
making-
words?
I think you
when
are.
when you buy your like DS, you got the little game Nintendo dogs, and you
Nintendogs.
gotta like wash them and feed them and
Oh, so
potty
like-
train them and
Oh,
stuff.
So they used to
I'm
have
so
those
bad
back
at
in
that.
my day. They were called like nanos or something.
Oh yeah, I played with
Taylor's
those.
old, no,
I'm an old guy. I'm 17.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're so old.
Oh my.
or like
Or
Tamagotchi pets.
Your whole
Oh.
life is Tamagotchi.
I know
pets.
It's
exactly.
all
what you're
downhill
talking
after
to.
that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
One more good year.
One more good year.
Last
And
good
then
year. I'm actually gonna be only this. I'm gonna be 18 in a month. So
Oh.
I gotta do one last stupid thing, and then I can be free. I can free
Then
myself.
you like can legally be charged as an adult. Think of
Yes.
it that way.
Yes. No more juvie.
that
for
just
me.
came out very, very weird.
Yeah.
Do one more wrong
All
thing, and then
right.
you could be tried as an adult.
Yes. Yeah.
Choose your last stupid act wisely, because if it's dumb enough, they can still charge you as an adult.
Yeah.
Yep. Life lessons.
Megan knows about those sorts of things, and not because she's done them. She
Unfortunately, I know about those things.
Just like medical shows, cop dramas.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope,
No.
because she's lived it. Like, she didn't say this, but she kind of mentioned it about her upbringing and stuff, but she's lived a very, very strange life, and her dad was, like, the biggest, like, pot distributor in the country, and,
wow.
like, she grew up around that. Has never done a drug in her life, but
Oh,
there's...
congratulations.
Yeah.
What career?
Not saying that I've done
Career-
drugs, but
Career day must have been so awkward.
that is
Well,
terrible.
Sorry.
The most awkward moment was in elementary school. I had like a DARE officer class where like a police officer would come into the class and teach like a DARE class where it was like DARE to keep kids off drugs. So at the end of the year, we actually would get like a little certificate that said like we completed the DARE completion course or whatever, and this is our certificate of completion. And I actually have a picture of my dad sitting in my desk at school and me standing there next to the officer receiving my little certificate, and my dad is like covering his mouth and smirking because he's laughing so hard under
Oh my
his breath.
gosh.
And I have a picture of it. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to fully interview Megan and her life, it would take a whole 3-hour show
That is
almost
beautiful.
because
Wow.
she's had like 24-hour bodyguards. The Italian mafia has been after her. Like
Oh.
she's had machine guns in her face. Like the whole
Oh, wow.
the whole thing.
And now
like,
you know,
her
she's
life,
a songwriter
her life is an episode of CSI. So
That's cool.
or like a season.
We got a
Or
few topics
season.
to write about, to say the least.
yes,
You have a lot of things to write about in songs.
yes. So,
Yes, exactly.
My favorite thing is when people write about very true events or whatever. And, you know, so something like that, you write something about that, and it sounds like a breakup song because you format it that way. Most people
Right.
just relate Everything to Love because that's what people know,
right,
or think they know.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
don't
really
know.
about something completely, totally different that you have no idea. Like when people explain what their song's about, you're like, wait, really? Like I think it took me like a full couple months to figure out that 18 was not about like what I thought it was about. I was like, oh, this is about a prostitute.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
You never would think that.
You
at
know
all.
I watched
the-
the music video.
And
That
guys
had
sing-
The craziest one that I ever heard of was that song "I'll Be Watching You." You know, I'll be watching you. Like everybody thinks, you know what song that is? By Sting, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, it sounds like a love song, and I thought everybody thinks it's a love song. Like every step you take.
Yeah, police, right?
You know,
Police.
it's
That's
just,
police.
Police.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
We know
police
the
says,
song.
yeah. So everybody thinks that it's like this beautiful love song, but he actually did an interview saying it was meant to be a creepy song about the government, that he was like,
Oh.
he tried to make it actually be a scary song, and it was supposed to be like a really serious, scary, terrifying song.
I can never listen to that song the
about
same
the
way
government.
again.
It's
Yeah.
quite disturbing.
Never
Yeah.
again.
I believe.
We're almost out of time now.
Yeah, we're just running out of time, but we want to thank you guys both so much. And I want to ask you about social media. Any places people can find you?
Yeah, my website has links to all my social media, but it's just jenniferadan.com, and it's Adan.
Like Adan.
Like Adan, yes.
Adan.
And my Twitter is at JenniferAdan13. Facebook is Facebook.com/JenniferAdan13. And Megan's is meganmoreaux.com, and that's MOREAUX.
Awesome.
And all of her social media is on there too. So
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for both calling in, and we look forward to hearing
thank you.
more. And keep us posted on anything that's coming up, and we'd love to share it with everyone. And,
yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun.
This
Of
was
course.
awesome.
This is fun. A lot of fun.
Thanks for including me. I had a blast.
We're in a new room.
All right. Well, until next week, I'm Lauren Dair Owens,
I'm Cameron Hogan.
My name is Taylor Reyes.
and this has been The Music Project. See ya.
Okay, buddy.
We clear? 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Universal Broadcasting Network's hit afternoon show, bringing you the latest in music news, artist interviews, and more, with your hosts, Lauren Dair Owens, Ariel Fournier, and Adam Lusk. This is The Music Project.